Thank you.
Mhm.
Well, good evening, and welcome to Andy Diamond's 2142919. Oh, M11 Mento Talk. Towards musicology of Mento-Music. Right.
Okay.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm okay. A bit tired, but I'm fine.
Good. And how is sunny Jamaica?
Oh boy. Well, it's a bit warm now. We're expecting to get some rain, but it hasn't been falling as yet. Well, chances are that might not fall this evening, but it's pretty warm and cool and hot.
Okay.
Warm and
not too hot. Not too hot.
no, not too hot, no.
Okay, that's cool. I wish I was there right now.
Okay. Reason to come home.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank you very much for agreeing to do this interview with me.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. I don't know what turn it's going to take because this is the first one, but you know,
Okay.
all we can do is be ourselves and just talk about what we know best, right?
Of course, no problem.
Yeah, so I anticipate that it might be 15 minutes, it could be half an hour. We'll take it as it comes. But before we continue, can I ask you to introduce yourself, what you do, and just to confirm that you're happy to take part in this interview and you're happy for me to record it?
Okay. I am Winfield Murray, retired education officer from Lucy in Jamaica.
Okay.
I must say that I studied music as a part of my sojourn at the MICO in Jamaica. So it's very interesting to see that you have chosen me as one of your participants. I don't think you knew that I studied music there.
No, I had no idea. But what I did know is that you, back in the day, you played a couple of instruments. You played the guitar and you played the flute.
Right.
So you were one of my choices, you know, just to see what your thoughts are and, you know, to get your opinion on the subject. Yeah.
So it's very interesting. I studied in my studies. I did not focus on mento. I focused on reggae. And in my research, I learned that reggae, that meant that reggae came out of mento.
Right.
Mento was a foundation of. So I'm really happy to be a part, and no problem in you recording it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to blast you 3 different songs, right? And then the discussion will then start. Right, so I'm going to share my screen with you now. And first one.
Take me back to Jamaica where I was born. Take me back to Jamaica where I was born. Where the green bananas grow and the wild brandy flow. Take me back to Jamaica where I was born. Take me back to the island in the sun. Take me back to the sunny land of fun. We all can sit and dine, fun in the sunny land of mine. Take me back to Jamaica where I were born.
I lost the sound a little.
So that was Take Me Back to Jamaica by the Jolly Boys. So I'm gonna play you the other one. This is the Blue Glaze band, Mento band. I'm gonna bring that one to a close and play the last one.
Okay.
About Mento-Music. Let's talk about Mento-Music. This reminds me of when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear about what your thoughts are and what your experiences were, and talk to me.
All right. Very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. When I hear the flute, it reminds me of my early days. I don't know how I became interested in the flute, but I became interested in the flute. Or probably because I heard, that's it. Probably because I heard some of these tunes being played on the flute.
Yeah.
Right. I admired the flautist, and from then I became interested in the flute.
Okay.
And started playing around at the flute. Right. So when I hear Mento, it brings joy to me. It makes me want to dance. It makes me want to laugh. It makes me want to shout. Yeah? Yes. And it even make me want to run. There's that impact that that Mento had on me. To the extent that I spoke a while ago, that I became interested in the flute because I heard it being played in a Mento tunes in way gone back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and what I do notice too, although the reggae has dominated, there is still a place for Mento in Jamaica.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because I noticed that at the hotels and at the airport, it's the Mento-Music or Mento-musicians that they use to welcome guests who are coming in, right?
Yeah. Giving
them a first experience of a Jamaican culture, right? And it's very interesting to see the response of the guests or the visitors
mm-hmm.
to the tune. And it's the rhythm, you know, keep you moving. You want to stand, but you can't, you just keep moving. I noticed you were swinging while the tunes are being played. Whether you know Jamaican music or not, once you hear the Mento, you just get a feel to move. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I do notice too after hearing it and admiring the movement, I learned after that the lyrics was a very important part of the makeup of the Mento-Music.
Yeah.
And the lyrics were they could be funny, right? Making fun of some situations, or it could be telling a story about an individual situation.
Yeah.
Right. For example, if I can think about some funny situations, there is one that they call Bam Bam Lulu.
Yes.
Bam Bam Lulu. Lulu gone away. Who is gonna bam bam Lulu gone away? It's a listen to the joke now.
Yeah.
Lulu got that bicycle. The seat was made of glass. Every time she sits on it, it stick her in her bam bam Lulu. You know. So, you know, when I listen to the lyrics, all of them, there's this other one that they call what is it now? Shaman Scandal in the Family.
Yeah.
Right. And it tells a story about a man who had a wife, but he apparently was having affairs with other women on the outside. And they had a son. So the son grew up and wanted to get a wife. Went out there, saw a girl, and decided to introduce her to his father and to ask his opinion about her.
Yeah.
So the father looked at him and said, "Son, nice girl, but don't marry that girl. I'm sure they started, don't marry that girl because the girl is a sister, but your mother don't know." Yeah, he went and he found another one. He came to his father again and he asked him, the father said, "Son, don't marry that girl because that girl is your sister, but your mother don't know." So he got fed up. He got fed up after about 3 or 4 attempts to the father. I went to the mother. I said, "Mama, I've taken these 3 girls to my father and asked if I could marry." And she said, "No, because they are my sisters, but you don't know." The mother laughed, looked at him and laughed and said, "Son, go ahead and marry them because your father isn't your father, but your father don't know."
So it's shame. Shame,
Yeah,
shame and scandal in the family. I love it. I love it.
So, you know, the lyrics, I find the lyrics of the Mento is very, very exhilarating, you know, very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other thing too that I like about the Mento is the rhythm, the makeup of the tune. You have the rhythm being carried by the guitar, a strong guitar strumming rhythm there.
Yeah.
And you have the banjo. Banjo played a very important part. The banjo now would strums as well, but it played the lead.
Yeah.
And a very good banjo player would really bring that tune to life. Right? Then the rumba box, man. Interestingly, you know, I had a mentor band.
Okay.
I was a leader of a mentor band here in Jamaica.
Oh,
and I think I had the best banjo player and the best rumba box player. Believe it, man. When that guy played the banjo, you hear the banjo talk.
Yeah.
Like it's talk telling the song, you know?
Yeah.
Right. And the guy in the rumba box. So you have the rumba box, you have the guitar playing the rhythm, you have the banjo playing the lead, or the fife playing the lead. And then the what you call the maracas, or the greater in the background, holding a rhythm as well. And all these were instruments that I could make at home. So while I was at home, I made my fife, I made my rumba box, I made my banjo as well. That was a bit more difficult, but I happened to buy a banjo after a while, right? And from there, I was able to develop my mentor band with which I was performing in the hotels for a while.
Oh wow! Wow, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, man. And we got very good responses from the audience.
What are your thoughts now in terms of still performing? Is that something that you still?
I do, but I think music now is being taken over by the younger people. they give a different twist to the whole thing, which I perhaps couldn't fit into at this time. But perhaps I find people within my age group or my I could very well do something. Well, interestingly, the flute plays a very interesting role too. And I play the flute naturally, I play the guitar as well. So I wouldn't have a problem with that. Right? But it's just that music in Jamaica now has taken a slightly different turn. It has used the mento as a foundation, built upon it, and move in a different direction.
Yeah. So what do you think are the stakes for its survival? Is there a chance of?
All right. As I said before, it is great value is attached to it even now.
Yeah.
Because this is what they use at the airports and in the hotels to welcome and entertain the guests, and the guests enjoy it. So although the majority of younger Jamaicans might be more interested in the dancehall type music, who are visiting and hearing this, they love it.
Yeah.
So I think it is here and it is here to stay. All right, because we forever will want people to get a true taste of Jamaican music or Jamaicanness when they come here. All right, so it might not blossom as the reggae does, but it holds a constant position in the cultural affair of Jamaica.
Okay, I understand. So in 20 years time or 30 years time or 50 years time, if we're not here, you think it'll live on? The children will still play it in the hotels?
All right, what is good is that the education or the government of Jamaica has been doing a lot to keep these traditions alive.
Okay.
And Mento is one of them.
Brilliant.
So what they've done, they have given support to groups, adult groups in different parts of the country, to keep it going, provide competitions for them.
Okay.
And provide incentives for them, right? So at least in some quarters of Jamaica, they keep it alive and prepare for these annual competitions, right?
Okay.
Apart from this, they introduce it to in the schools, where students are taught how to sing, how to dance, how to play the music, right? And they too are involved in national competitions. So we have the national festival activities that would culminate all of these activities in August of every year.
Okay, and is that just Mento-Music or is other art forms as well?
No, other art forms as well.
Right.
Mento is one and plays a major role. And this is the time when you see the oldest people coming out with their banjo, their guitar, their fifes, and it's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah. It sounds exciting. Because you're telling me something I didn't really know. I mean, as you know, I've been in the UK for over 30 years.
Yeah.
So in terms of the progress and the handing down of Mento-Music down to the younger generation, I've missed the whole link.
Yep. Yeah, they have their Ministry of Culture, and they are doing a lot to keep it alive. And I really like what I am seeing. Right. So it will be around. It will be around.
It will be around. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, right. So I'm going off a Daniel Neely. I don't know if you're aware of him, but Daniel Neely is an is an Irish musician, an Irish musicologist, and his definition of Mento-Music is that it encapsulates food, fashion, all aspects of life, music, food, film, festival. He thinks that is what Mento-Music is. Would you agree with that statement?
Yes, to an extent, I could start first with fashion. Here in Jamaica, the Mento players and musicians, they have a particular attire. I think the shirts are made of plaid. The pants might be black, most likely black, but the shirts are made of plaid, and their hats, they wear straw hats,
right?
And they have a plaid ribbon around it, right? So once you see that type of attire, you know that it is a Mento-oriented person,
right?
And of course, in the free zone, in the hotels, in the gift shops, they do sell such an attire, right, to people who are so inclined to buy. Right? No, Mento is coming from the heart of the country. Let us say the inner country. And of course, the lifestyle in the inner country is carry a particular thing about it as well.
Yeah.
The healthy living, right? Using their own produce, right? Medication, they use the herbs, right, as their medicine.
Yeah.
So you can associate these persons coming out of the country.
Okay.
Right. So you could make the link more between Mento and their style of living in the country.
Okay. Okay.
Because they got to keep fit in order to be there for hours playing, right? And that is where their instruments come. Most of their instruments are made from too. So this, to an extent, so that the food could be affected. Let's say the fashion and the whole general lifestyle of well, mainly those people who are involved in it, though, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you know, the wider society is confused with so many, with a variety of lifestyles, fashions, food, you name it. But the people who do Mento, they live a particular lifestyle befitting of them living in the country.
Okay, and would you say there's a discrimination at all?
Discrimination?
Yeah, in terms of the difference between their lifestyle and say a person who lives in the urban. Yeah.
No, there's no discrimination. None.
Right. Okay.
They are seen as being playing a major significant role in the country, and so they are given the respect like anybody else in the society.
Yeah, because I was watching somebody did a video and they were portraying, say for argument's sake, Maryland, where I used to live, yeah, as a place where there's fresh air, fresh food, springs that you can just go to a spring and just drink the water. You don't have to sterilize it, and people that live in the area are still living now to a ripe old age of 94 and beyond.
Right. That's true. So that's That is a sort of lifestyle that the most of the mentor players that I know.
Right.
It's a sort of lifestyle that they live.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And if I go back to my childhood as well, growing up in the country, you had everything. You didn't need to go to the shop to buy a sweetie. You didn't, everything was there. Everything. You got your sugar cane, your coconut, your now ginger, turmeric. It's an expensive commodity. All the herbs, all the
fruits, all the vegetables you want, you can get it there.
Yeah.
There's some difference now.
Yeah.
There's some difference now in that with the advent of transportation, people can move more easily.
Absolutely.
So they can move easily into the urban areas to buy what they want.
Yes.
So some of them care less about their farming, and would drive into Lucy to buy what they want and get back home without a problem.
Absolutely. That was unheard of back in the day, because for the farmers to get to the farm on a Thursday when they've collected all the produce, the yam and the breadfruit and the dasheen and everything, they had to wait till Thursday until a particular truck came to pick them up. Or if you remember, Mars Watt with the yellow minute bus.
Yes.
Yes, you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't go anywhere until he turned up with his van. And if he left you behind, you had to walk like 10 miles.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yes.
Gone are those days.
God, I can't imagine walking 10 miles. Then again, I can't imagine walking 10 miles. I mean, we walked if we missed the bus, we'd walk 10 miles to school and 10 miles back. And that wasn't a straight road. That was hills and valleys and very dark and lots of bushes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel that the discussion has been an interesting one.
Yes.
I managed to capture your emotional connections and your experiences of Mento-Music. And then as I said, I didn't know that you had a Mento band. That's news to me. So
I did.
Sharing that with me, I'm very excited. And I came into this with an open mind, and that you didn't have to be an expert and you didn't have to know everything about the culture and Mento-Music. It's just that your own personal experience and what you felt about the music and the culture and the tradition. So can I ask you, is Mento a culture or a tradition, or folklore? All three?
All right. A culture has to do with the way of life of a people over a prolonged period of time, really.
Yeah.
All right. I would say that Mento plays a part in the development of our culture.
Okay.
But I don't know if we could consider it in itself being a culture. Yes, it's a traditional music, right, which has contributed significantly to our music development. Right, bring happiness to the people. Right, this is when the people could gather in their communities, perhaps under the tree in the square, mango tree in the square, and play their music, sing a song about Miss Agnes, dry foot girl. You understand me? Yeah. And everybody would get their laugh and thing like that. Yeah, man. So it plays a significant role in the development of the culture.
Yeah.
And it is a traditional music thing. Yeah.
And meeting under the tree and people telling the stories, that's the folklore aspect.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would sing their songs, play their banjo and their umba box, and other people would come and tell the stories as well.
Yes.
You know, tell the dopey story, talk about the dopey stories.
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, when I was a little girl, I looked forward after you wash your foot. Wash your foot and come in and put on your nightie and drink your cup of hot chocolate tea. I'd look forward to storytelling and honestly, and you go to your bed afraid.
Oh boy, you remember those days, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm looking at the clock, and as much as I'd love to continue this discussion with you, I have to stick to time. And it's 8:30, and we've had so much fun that the time has just flown by without us realizing. Yeah.
Serious? I didn't realize that time went by that fast. Well, I hope that you got what you wanted out of it. You know?
Yes, thank you.
It was really a pleasure for me. And if there's any need for any further information, any, you know, I would be so happy.
Oh, absolutely.
I am really excited about your project.
Thank you.
Really excited about it, and I'm sure that it will be of significance to the cultural development of Jamaica and the world.
Yeah.
And so making a significant addition.
Yeah.
Yes, we do get fine readings around, but I'm sure you're gonna add more information and more data.
Yeah.
To what is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm happy that I was able to share with you.
Yeah.
To give you the opportunity to continue your works.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your contribution. Thank you for taking the time. And yeah, all the best to you too, because I know you're an entrepreneur at heart, and you've always got all these projects on the go.
Of course.
So yeah, absolutely. I wish you all the best, and thank you so much for your contribution. Okay.
And I hope you're less stressed now about what the outcome might be.
I am, and now I'm looking forward to hearing what the other 5 people that I've got lined up have to say.
Yes. Yeah. And I hope that they will help too, you know.
Yes, I believe so.
All right.
Yes, thank you very much. Take care. Have yourself a good evening, and give my love to the rest of the family.
I will.
Okay then.
You take care now, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.